Okay, so I haven't been posting as many videos lately because I'm writing a book, but I intend to post about 400 videos to this YouTube channel before I kind of call it quits. So I appreciate anyone who's clicked on and started watching this video, and please take a look at some of the other videos I have on my channel. And I appreciate all the subscribers and just people checking out my content. So anyways, I plan to, again, post about 400 videos over the stretch. And I am writing a book, so I'm not posting as many. I like to put up one a week, ideally. So let's get into nitric oxide here. So Americans lose about 10% of their ability to synthesize nitric oxide per decade. So every additional decade, we lose an additional 10% on average of our ability to synthesize nitric oxide internally. So nitric oxide, NO here, nitrogen and oxygen, acts as a vasodilator, as a neurotransmitter, and it helps our immune cells to kill bacteria and cancer. So those are just a couple of things that nitric oxide does for us in the body. Now, we synthesize nitric oxide from a conditional amino acid called L-arginine. Now, we use L-arginine oxygen in this cofactor NAPH, which is niacin, to synthesize nitric oxide. Now, we also need all these vitamins and minerals. So we need calcium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, molybdenum, nickel, selenium, zinc, vitamin C, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, B12, K1, and K2. Now, we get K2 primarily from probiotics in hard cheeses in the Western diet and fermented soybeans in more Eastern diets. We can also increase our nitric oxide level by converting nitrates to nitrites, and then the nitrites can be converted to nitric oxide. Now, the problem with getting our foods from these nitrites can be that we can produce something called nitrosamines in the body from nitrites, and they can contribute to Alzheimer's, diabetes, and pancreatic cancer. So the P is pancreatic cancer. Okay, so if we happen to be producing too much nitric oxide on a regular basis, it can lead to tissue damage, MS, arthritis, ulcerative colitis. Those are just a couple of conditions we can suffer from if we're persistently producing too much nitric oxide, or if we're just consistently getting too much into our body. Now, the problem really comes from not making enough or not getting enough into our body. And if we are consistently not getting enough, it can lead to heart attack, cancer, depression, erectile dysfunction, Raynaud disease, blood clots, memory loss, COPD, dementia, insomnia, hypertension, diabetes, and asthma. So those are a few things, unfortunately, that we can suffer from if we're not getting enough nitric oxide in our body. Now, direct sunlight on our skin can actually increase our nitric oxide levels. I'm not sure if it actually synthesizes it or if it releases it from the skin into our bloodstream. But direct sunlight does help increase our nitric oxide levels, as well as increasing our vitamin D production. So we want to get a little bit of direct sunlight if we can. Now, vegetarians tend to have 5 times more nitrites and nitrates in their diet, which actually helps increase their nitric oxide levels, because again, we can reduce these two gases, I think they're gases, into nitric oxide. Well, nitric oxide is a gas for sure. Now, the difference with vegetarians getting their nitrates and nitrites from their food, they're mostly vegetables, is that it has vitamin C. A lot of these vegetables are high in vitamin C, and it's the vitamin C that helps prevent these nitrites from being converted into these more dangerous nitrosamines. Yeah, nitrosamines. So that's a crash course in nitric oxide and a brief look at what it does for us in the body. I'm going to leave my sources in the description box, and I'm going to leave a lot of foods in the description box as well that may help people increase their nitric oxide production.